All right, y'all. So something I was thinking about. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but let's mention it again because it's worth mentioning as many times as we can possibly mention it, because these issues keep coming up, and they keep coming up, and they keep coming up, and until we talk about them, they're just going to keep creating problems. Hello. 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 Anyway. That's my cat. And this is all this stuff that I got that was all made in China. And you know, my parents are sheep in the sense that, you know, it's like they buy all these products and like they just don't even think about where they come from or like what it means that we have free trade with countries that want to take us out. I mean, technically all the countries, you know, they're all in competition with one another. That's just the way the world works, you know. But, anyway, what was I saying? You were talking about, sex. Sex! Okay, you guys. God, there were three things. There were three subjects that I wanted to bring up. Sex, mental illness. There's one more. Oh, sex is related to mental illness, though, for sure. But, oh, possibly the education system. I guess we could include that as well. Sex and mental illness, let's just start with that. These are two subjects that Americans have a really, really hard time talking about. And because we have such a hard time talking about these things, all of the stuff that you see in our culture is really, really extreme. And, you know, a prime example of this is, you know, the fact that we're not allowed to, you know, talk about mental illness. You know, this type of conversation is designated for a medical professional. You know, and Americans are just really, really weird about these kinds of things. And I think it's because they're embarrassed. And I think it's because they don't know how to talk about anything that makes them uncomfortable. Okay? So mental illness is embarrassing. It's not just embarrassing if you have mental illness. It's embarrassing if you know somebody that has it, you know? Like if one of your family members is crazy, it's an embarrassment, you know? I know that's how I feel every time I go home. And I don't know about you guys, but that's my experience. But it's that way with sex as well. Which is why you see an overzealous amount of pornography now. Birth control is being passed around in high schools. People aren't talking about things with other people. So they feel like they can only talk to certain people about certain things. And the result of that is what you see going on right now. This mass explosion of crazy. And it's because Americans will suppress everything. And there's really no better example than mental illness, but you see it with sex quite a bit. And thanks to the education system not teaching us how to question ourselves and question what we've been taught and seek answers on our own and learn from our experience and draw from that instead of just going along with whatever we're told to go along with, everybody's nuts. And that's what happens when you don't understand yourself. You trust people that say they understand you. And I don't know, I think that I was open to a lot of this medication when I was younger because I just couldn't, I couldn't understand what was going on with me. And so it was easier to trust somebody that gave me something that they said was going to help me. They said, yeah, take this and it won't be as extreme, you know. And it just made it worse because I was used to the extreme emotions. I was used to crying a lot. I was used to mood swings. And then when I didn't have that anymore, it's like I was still that way, but I wasn't allowed to be that way, if that makes any sense. And so that in itself made my depression worse. That in itself made me want to kill myself. And that's why you see people that take pills that commit suicide because they don't know where to turn. Well, hopefully you found this channel. Now I know that I can be a cunt, okay? And I know my mom tells me I'm very judgmental. I am judgmental, but not for long. I promise. My judgments will change as quickly as my mood. And that's okay. I mean, I actually think that's a good thing because it allows me to see things from different perspectives. And I really am a lot more fair than people want to give me credit for because I really will listen to anybody. I don't care if you're totally wrong. I don't care if you're flawed in your thinking skills, if you can even call it that. But it's okay because, like, I understand it. I mean, this is what you got to work with here in America. It's a piss-poor education system. You got industries out to kill you. You have technology that's literally designed to fuck with your brain chemistry, even though they insist that you have a disease. The culture is the disease, honey bun. If you get yourself as far away from the culture as possible, you'd be absolutely amazed as to how all these problems that you think are so magnanimous will not be anywhere near as daunting for you. Will you still deal with things? Yes, that's life, honey. That's life. That's just being a person. That's being a person. And it sucks sometimes. I'm not going to say it's easy or like, you know, you're going to have bad days. You're going to have days where like you want to kill yourself. I mean, honestly, I don't understand. People are so afraid of just wanting to kill themselves. Like they're afraid of that. Like, oh my God, I had a suicidal thought. Like they're teaching people to be scared of suicidal thoughts. They're just thoughts. They will be replaced with other thoughts. Just wait. Trust the process of moods, okay? If the mood swings this way, it can swing the other way. You just have to learn how to work with it, okay? Got to learn how. Just think about this. The next time you're feeling upset, just do this, okay? Or you just watch this video, I guess. Thing is, people don't like to be told that. They just want to be told that they're a victim, and here's how you fix it. Pills, every time. It's always, always, always pills. Or pay $150, get analyzed for 45 minutes by somebody that has no idea what the hell they're talking about, and then pretend that you're better. Though you know that's not true. Now, I realize that I come across as very arrogant, but, I mean, yeah. I know I'm arrogant. You don't have to tell me that. Shit. Think I don't know? Where the fuck is my pudding? Oh my God. I want to show you guys what happened last night. I think I showed you. It's so embarrassing. This is why I didn't even take him to my parents, because I was so embarrassed. But, yeah, man. Everything's such a joke in this country because people just keep believing the lie. And I'll be totally real with you guys, I don't know. Like, there's stuff that I've done research on, but I still don't know. No. You know, there's really nothing. I mean, especially with religion, like, there's no way to know. I mean, people say that secular, like atheists or whatever, they're so arrogant. I mean, everybody's arrogant about it. It's like, keep in mind, a lot of the stuff that you've been told about your Lord and Savior, that could be totally false. It's like, don't you know that so many people, they just love to play God. I mean, I'm not trying to do that. If you're on medication, I'm not trying to convince you to just get off of it. Besides, you know, you don't want to wean yourself off of that shit anyway. Don't be Amy Gross, okay? Amy Gross is a special case. We do things like really extreme. Like, really. I was talking to somebody about this, like, yeah, I mean, I'm probably the only person that I know that can just, like, you know, go on and off medication. I'm probably the only person I know that can just be a pothead for a while and then just stop and, like, I don't know. I just don't do things the way that most people do them. And, I mean, it works out for me, but I realize that it probably would mess a lot of people up. So I think that everybody should do what's best for them. But what I encourage, and I'm not trying to control your life, okay? I would encourage you to figure out what works best for you and not just trust people that want to control you. That's my advice. Because I don't know everything. I know what's right in my own life, and that's it. And even then, I could still be wrong. Because I've been wrong before. So, I'm just saying, like, there's so much out there that we don't know. And it's very arrogant to think that we know stuff. So, even though I have done a lot of research on psychiatry and the V medicine. I don't want to use the word because I don't want this channel to get taken off, but yeah, like, I have done a lot of research. But, you know, if you want to take something, take it. Don't let me stop you. You know? It's your decision. Your body, your choice, right? Right. But, you know, I just encourage people to come up with their own conclusions rather than trust in somebody else's conclusions. And I think that's the smartest thing I could possibly say. So...